Hey guys, it's Tyler and Nate with Roxy Music, and today we're going to talk about the Heritage guitars. These guitars have a really rich history to them. They come from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and they are known as the Heritage guitars.
So Heritage Guitars, Kalamazoo, Michigan. And so what's special about being made in Kalamazoo, Michigan?
You could say, what's their heritage?
What's the Heritage?
So, in 1955, the Heritage Company started.
Oh.
And they started out because in 1984, Gibson used to be in the same factory building these guitars. But in 1984, they decided to move to Nashville.
Gibson moved in 1984 from Kalamazoo to Nashville.
Yes.
And did Heritage Guitars decide to start making guitars because they had the opportunity to?
So the guys who started the company worked at Gibson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So they have the knowledge coming with them too.
Yeah.
So
they built guitars with Gibson. And then they decided, I don't want to move to Nashville, but I still want to make guitars. And then they made a deal with Gibson to build similar guitars.
Oh, so it's not like they're ripping them off, because obviously these look a lot like Gibson guitars.
Yeah. And that's really cool because these guitars are fantastic.
They sound great, they play nice.
I really enjoy these guitars. I had a Gibson 335 that I didn't enjoy so much, mostly because it was made in some trouble areas for their time history.
Oh, so you didn't like the Gibson?
No, but this one, that 535, which is the guitar it's based off of.
Yes.
Or it's based off the 335, I really enjoy. Mm-hmm. What makes them so unique is just their history. And I got to tour the factory twice, which was really cool.
Yeah, I want to hear some stories about that.
So,
was it neat seeing do the machines look old or
Most of them, yes. So Heritage is one of the unique companies, and most of their guitars are still handmade.
Oh, right on.
The necks they shape down with grinders by hand.
They're doing it by hand instead of putting them through machine presses and stuff like that.
I think they do have a CNC machine still, but a lot of the machines there are from the 30s.
That's awesome.
So you get genuine Gibson machines that are from back then, digging into these stories. And these guitars sound really good, as you can tell.
So you have the LP style right there.
It's the Heritage H150. It is an LP style. It is a great guitar. Red cherry sunburst.
Cool. And
flame
maple top.
Yes.
Mahogany body.
Yes.
And neck.
Mahogany neck as well. And it sounds great.
That is the neck pickup.
Yes, that is the neck pickup.
Okay.
And
man, it's warm.
But clear. You can hear the notes.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of Gibson Les Pauls on the neck pickup. It gets so muddy. And a lot of that is the pickup they choose. These Seymour Duncan 59 pickups sound incredible. They sound fantastic.
And to give people an idea, what amp is that?
We have a Princeton Reverb 65 reissue, a deluxe Reverb 65 reissue.
Princeton Reverb, so it's a Fender amp. And you got the neck pickup is the tone knob,
tone knob.
What kind of roll off do you get from the tone knob when you start playing with that?
Yeah, very
excellent.
boxy. Try something like that on yours. Roll off your tone knob and then.
So I'm going to use the neck pickup.
play like a couple seventh chords. That's overdriving the amp a little bit.
Yeah, it really is.
Hard.
Should I turn it down a little bit?
Yeah. So he's using a little vibro champ, which sounds really cool, but
it's only 5-watt amp, so
yeah.
it breaks up real fast. So here's with the full tone. Roll it off. Definitely notices the differences in the sounds.
Yeah, sounds great.
But I'm digging, you can tell that that's a solid body guitar.
Yeah.
Right? I'm noticing a lot of the resonance of that. It might never stop. It might ring forever.
Still going. This guitar, like I've never been a huge LP Les Paul fan myself, but this guitar I really enjoy.
That guitar sounds amazing.
Let's switch amps.
Is that with the tone off or on?
On.
On, yeah, okay. Well, that's just clearly a much better tone to use out of your big amp,
yes,
right?
This amp is much bigger than the little vibro champ. That's so distinct.
We were talking about this is with the tone knob turned all the way up, and we were talking about the clarity of that neck pickup, and you really hear that.
Yeah, that's unique. These are very unique guitars. And then did we go over the wood for this one already?
No, I don't believe we did.
We have not, no. So we got 4 controls. So we got
we
neck
really
volume.
have a lot of the same controls on both the guitars. Nothing fancy, no coil taps, coil splits.
Nope.
What you see is what you get.
Yep, but we got neck volume, neck tone, bridge volume, bridge tone.
Yep.
Great. One thing that's not unique but really cool is you can mix the tones when you're in the middle.
Yeah, you can roll off a certain one of the pickups. I always find myself wanting to do that when I'm using the bridge, or I'm sorry, the neck pickup. I always want to roll when I'm using both. I like rolling off some of the brightness from
give it a little cut, but
yeah.
What's really cool about this too, if you're wanting to kill your volume completely, you just have to turn off one.
Yes, that frustrates me about some other guitars where when you're using both pickups, which seems ideal because I want to get as much sound coming out of my guitar as I can, but then if I want to use my volume knob, I can't actually play dynamics with my volume knob. All I'm doing is changing tone. Where I'm using both pickups, but my volume still actually kills it. That's super convenient.
Yeah. It's a super helpful feature that a lot of people don't notice, and you can still roll a tone on both.
Cool, yeah.
So I rolled off the bridge tone quite a bit, so it's...
Not as sharp, it's not as bitey.
Yeah.
Awesome. Super crisp.
Great sounding guitars. And they overdrive really well.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, they push really well. This amp has a lot of headroom, so it's not pushing that one. But if you push yours, which you have the room to do, you might want to turn yours back up.
Yeah, let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. Most excellent. I turned the reverb up kind of a lot on this amp just 'cause I was feeling it while we were setting everything up.
Really beautiful guitars. I love them. I'm gonna pull out the 530 model.
Yeah, let's see that other thing.
So that's a trans cherry.
And that's same. Is this the same thing? What's this one?
So this guitar that I had a minute ago, the red one, is a trans cherry burst. Beautiful color. Nate has a vintage cherry sunburst on
the
his
150.
and it looks beautiful. I really like it. If you're interested in like some that we can get, they have a dirty lemon burst heritage that's beautiful.
We've seen one of those, and that was awesome guitar.
Yeah. This is their fully hollow body guitar. Super light. Has a lot of the same specs. You got your 4 controls here.
And we're getting the same functionality out of those.
Yep. 3 pickup switch, but this one has P90s in it.
P90s.
Yeah. Laurel was that what
Lawler?
Lawler.
Lawler dog ear P90s.
Yeah, Lawler dog ear P90 is the name of the pickups, and they sound great too, especially through a twin verb.
Well, let's hear it. Let's get some different sounds. Let's see.
Yeah.
So that was the neck pickup. That's both pickups.
Rolled the knob off a little bit. Bridge. I like that bridge.
Sounds great.
I think it boosts the mid super well without having like excruciating highs in there.
I agree. It's not so many. I'm a bass player, so the guitar is high-pitched notes. Man, they sometimes get to me. I don't know how they do it, but some of the bridge pickups are always so grating to me. Like I feel like they get so much high end, and I want more. Like you said, you described it perfectly. When the mids get boosted too, along with everything, it really gives a lot of clarity. Yeah,
there is an aspect like when you're playing with a band where you don't want a ton of low end because you're gonna get lost.
Yes.
On a guitar. But like this is like really pushing the mids super well, which is really where the guitar lives, and that's gonna really push you out there.
I agree.
The highs will do that too. It just feels tinny when you're playing alone and like weak. Yeah, if you like these guitars and more, you should visit roxymusic.com. We have all 3 of these for sale, and we can get more from Heritage. So if you find one on Heritage you like, you can just contact us and we'll get it ordered for you.
Come on down to the shop at
All of our
Roxy
girls-
Music.
yeah.
Come and play one of these things. They're incredible.
Yeah. Everything's available to play. All of our guitars go through detailed inspection.
When we get them into the shop, we check everything out.
Yeah. And when they leave, when they go to you, we make sure all the strings are in great shape. We make sure that you get the guitar that you want. and it's playable to your desires. So if the actions, you want to lower actions, we'll get it as low as we can.
Let us know. We're here for you.
If you like fat necks, we'll let you know, yeah, this neck would be great for you. It's a little thin. We want to help you get the guitar of your dreams. If you have any questions, visit roxymusic.com. All right, back into it. So Heritage also has some very beautiful custom jazz boxes they do. They're mostly custom made. They're not in their standard series, and they sound beautiful. And they're hard. I've only played one, and it was at the Heritage Factory. And they go out they're so hard to keep their hands on him. The one he could get was like all messed up and the neck was buzzing all over the place. But it is still a beautiful guitar.
Still probably sounded awesome. I bet.
Yeah.
And that's like a arch top.
Yeah.
Like I think I call them jazz guitars, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Did it have
Arch top jazz boxes.
Jazz box? Okay. Jazz box sounds like a cool name too, for a guitar.
That's what a lot of people call them.
We always used to call our guitars stick boxes, and I don't know why we said that. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Did the arch top that you played like the flat wounds? Were you super jazz mode?
I think so. It was like a year ago. So I think they did.
Well, I guess we got to go back.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So let's talk about that tour a little bit. Those guys know their stuff.
Yeah, so it was like you said about a year ago. You went up to Kalamazoo.
Yep.
And did the factory tour.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Do they kind of like how does that work? Do they like walk you through the process of building a guitar pretty much?
It was really cool. Yeah, they started from like the inlays and the fretboards they use. They get a decent amount of custom work, so they were showing me some like really cool, unique pieces of wood he was planning to use for guitars. Right. Really interesting process. So basically it started with pressing the wood. So a lot of times they have like wood templates, and because they're not using machines, they basically like press the wood together and then use really big clamps to shape the wood how they want it. So that when they put it in the body, it's shaped super well, which is really cool. They also take it through the process, and like guitars sit for days because they can't just. It takes a long time for woods to settle, blues to happen. It takes a long time.
It's not like you start building this guitar and it's done at the end of the day.
Yeah, no. It's a really cool process. And like I said earlier, like most of the machines, like what did that machine do? They've been there since the 30s.
That's old. That's all I call those like, almost 100-year-old
the Gibson
machines.
guitars that were being made. Like, And I think they did a lot of Epiphones at that factory, so like the old Epiphones there, but they really...
Which are super sought after guitars and stuff like that, right?
And then they use, so all the finishes, they use nitrocellulose lacquer, which is like the old, it's not the polyurethane they use most of the time now.
That's more the modern thing.
The nitrocellulose is like the vintage stuff that they use on like reissues and super high-end guitars.
And that's the finish on the guitars that you see when they say let your guitar acclimate to your temperature surroundings and stuff. It's a lot more fragile, but they say that it creates more like resonance in the wood, right?
It's an incredible process. And then they do have some modern machines where they, which have really helped the quality. So I went there, and about a year ago, they started switching in some quality assurance message to make these guitars even better, which is incredible. So I started playing some of their older guitars. I'm like, okay, these are cool. And then they brought in a 530, I think, so very much like this, I think same color, that with like some of their new quality things, and it was incredible. And I feel it on these.
So I wonder if that's some more of the modern design elements.
Yeah, they did have a couple machines that they scan the guitars to make sure, look for imperfections to make sure, but it's a very handwritten process. The master builder there, handmade process, not handwritten.
Handmade.
The master builder there was really cool. He was telling us how he's used to, if someone comes in, he can shape a guitar neck because they do it all by hand anyway.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
he was like, if someone has a guitar neck that they want to copy and put on a different guitar, you just gotta take some measurements. I'll get them, and then I can recreate that guitar neck.
That's cool. So man, that guy's probably made a ton of guitars. To have that kind of confidence must be pretty cool to just be like, oh, I'll make that guitar neck right now. Give me a minute. Yeah.
It was a really cool process, and then their showroom's awesome to show all the guitars. So the parent company is called Vista Music, who owns Heritage. They also own Harmony Guitars, which is made out of the same factory.
Oh, okay, right on.
That company owns Mono Cases, which are great gig bags and arch that are incredible.
So they're doing lots of cool stuff up in Kalamazoo.
They own a couple they own a pedal company and a couple independent guitar shops like us.
Well, way to go, Heritage.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. I say we need more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're putting out awesome guitars like this. I'll play these.
Yeah. No, they're great guitars.
Yeah.
I think I want a 530 at some point.
I tell you what, from playing this 150 or the H150, I think the H probably just stands for Heritage.
Yes.
The 150, this thing feels amazing. It is rock solid.
Yeah.
I feel
all
like
wood. You feel it. It's
heavy.
heavy.
You feel every bit of it. And because of that weight, you feel it when you're playing it. I'm not even plugged in. And you feel the body of the guitar vibrate, and it makes you feel like you're a part of it. It grounds you. Very, very excellent.
If you have any questions, please go to roxymusic.com.